Caleb in Maine. You're talking to Eric and Drew. How you doing?
I'm great. What's going on, guys?
Hey, we are way over time, but you've been waiting for so long. I want to try and shoot through and see what you wanted to ask about or what you wanted to talk to us about.
Well, I super appreciate you taking my call. I just want to say real quick, I'm actually a huge fan of both of you guys. You guys were pretty essential in my deconversion, so.
Much appreciated.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's a long road, so I definitely identify as the last caller for sure. But okay, so my question is probably like one of the few like vestigial beliefs that I have. I wouldn't even call it a belief, but it is regarding human rights, which as having been a fundamentalist Christian for a long time, my definition for that probably really needs to change. But I guess, and I've rephrased my question like 3 times while I was waiting. So I guess the best way to ask would be: do we have any basis on which to say that humans are deserving of rights?
So for myself, I tend not to use deserving. It's something that I don't necessarily talk a whole lot about with people, but that's not a word that I tend to use. The way that I look at bestowing human rights is essentially humanity has a shared goal that is, you could say, man, if you really want to go with the whole cosmic skeptic rationality rules discussion about objective morality, that got really, really deep. You could say that we're biologically programmed to have similar goals, and some of the things, like one of the big actions we can take to help us accomplish our shared goal of humanity, of thriving, is bestowing human rights upon others and upon ourselves. And so that's the way that I look at it. I think that just about everyone, I mean, there's like the psychopath type exception there. I think the vast majority of people want those human rights, and the way, like pretty much the only way to actually have and ensure those rights for people and ensure human well-being is by deciding collectively to bestow them on others. And then from there, if you want to make progress, you can also study which rights bestowed upon people help humans to thrive and be in the best societies, best communities, and just enjoy the most well-being. That's the way that I tend to look at it, rather than framing it like, how do I come up with a justification for the deserving of human rights?
Right. Cause I mean, I guess really where it breaks down for me is like we ascribe human, or we what's the word? We give rights to humans because we are humans.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't extend them to other animals, which that's a whole other debate, which I don't really.
Oh, we're not doing talk vegan today.
Jury's out on that one for me too.
Vegan.
What's that?
I said we're not doing talk vegan today. That was my
Oh.
Nope, not going to do it.
Yeah.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Fair enough. And I don't want to go. I don't want to go down that road. But basically, I reference that to say that it has nothing to do with like, if that being the case, it doesn't have anything to do with consciousness. So I mean, it effectively seems to me that like we attribute rights to other humans because that's what we are, and we want them to do the same to us, which effectively means that our like rights or morality or whatever you want to call it is effectively like a self-serving construct.
Yeah.
Which I mean, if that's fine, then that's fine. But like, what I don't understand, what I had trouble grappling with that, because like rights to me for my whole life until like this last year were something instilled or imparted, from God, which it explains the whole thing away. It's a panacea, and I get that. But
Sure. Well,
so I kind of struggle with the idea that it's a construct.
Have you read about the veil of ignorance?
No, actually.
I think that'll help. I'm going to try and sum it up quickly because I know we're over time, but the veil of ignorance is this concept used when you're talking about how you would create a perfect society or how you would structure society. And what you would do is you would construct it in such a way that if you do not know where you would be in it. Right. So.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Sorry, I didn't know that was what it's called.
Yeah, the veil of ignorance. Right. It blinds you so that you're not trying to optimize that world for yourself, but it's as equally optimal as possible. Right. I think that has played out in a society where we ascribe value to each other, and I think it just works out equitably that It is in our best interests, yeah. And as you go down that path, utilizing the veil of ignorance, whether or not you know what that's what it's called, has just kind of worked its way in. You know, I think it's just it's an eventuality that we needed to get to so that we could have the society that we have.
It essentially, I mean, you could call it a construct. You could call human rights a construct. Yeah. But that changes absolutely nothing.
Like almost entirely utilitarian.
It's almost entirely utilitarian. So you could see it that way, but the thing is that that doesn't actually change the fact that everyone, just about universally, people want to treat human rights as totally inalienable. It doesn't actually change things practically.
But wanting to treat them as inalienable doesn't make them inalienable.
Sure.
Well, if it's a concept that we're ascribing, then it is whatever we...
Yeah, we can call it that, but we have to recognize that it's by our own power. Yep. It's the same thing with finding meaning in life. We have to realize that we create meaning, and that makes meaning exist. And when you've been brought up with the crutch of thinking that nothing that is worth believing in is created by yourself, then everything that you think is created by yourself, is total shit. Your leg is broken and then you're sold the crutch. That's what happens with I think with a lot of Christians, Muslims, the Abrahamics.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It happens.
Fucking well said, dude. I want to clip like 10 things you've said today and put them on inspirational memes. Just a beach. Quote by Drew.
Apparently, 100 proof spiced rum the night before is the that's the fuel that makes me say inspiring things to Eric.
He yeah, definitely. You should see him drunkenly play Smash Bros. It was just mwah.
I still kick everyone's ass.
Caleb, I'm glad you called, man. Thank you so much for waiting.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Take care, bud.